So hey, did you like the Lion King movie? Well, why don't we take it out and we put it here and we rip it up into a million pieces. But we keep the essentials so it looks the same, only we take out all the emotion, the charm, and good pacing. That's this movie.
Okay, back to not crazy. Hello everyone, Mark Levins here. Usually I do like one of those my stupid recap videos, but with this one I didn't really feel enough energy to post the whole thing, so I'm just gonna give you the bare bones of what I thought of it, and it's gonna be just maybe just a little stupid. Alright? So yeah, the new Lion King movie. Wow, wasn't very good. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't good. It was a movie. That's probably the best I'm gonna say about it. It was a movie. It existed. If you want to watch a waste of time movie, I guess, watch it. If you like the original, you're probably not going to like this one very much. If you didn't watch the original, I have no idea. It's still not a great movie. But all right, let me go into the details of it. Okay, so this movie is basically just a carbon copy of the original, but as the intro said, it doesn't really have anything else to it. It's all bones, no meat. It's kind of like what I said about the Beauty and the Beast live-action one. It just, none of the effort it was put into it, and yet somehow it was twice as long, and yeah, this movie's just as long. Or no, it's not... I shouldn't say it's just as long. It's like, it's a bit longer than the original, but I still don't know how they do that. But okay. So the film opens the way you'd expect it to. You don't know, nah, Savinia. But it's basically, well, okay, it's a shot-for-shot remake of the original scene, and admittedly, like, they're not going to top that opening of a scene. But still, I mean, it's an exact copy. And okay, alright, you know what? I'm not gonna recap the full movie because it's basically just The Lion King with like a few small changes, and I doubt there's many people that haven't seen Lion King, so alright, so I'll just go into what I liked and what I disliked. Alright. Okay, first I'm gonna talk about the voice acting. Yeah, a lot of it wasn't very good. I mean, there was a few good ones, and the rest were at best okay. Alright, so, okay, young Simba, old Simba, Nala, young and old, Mufasa, I need to get into that, okay, so basically, so all of those were at best okay. Like, Donald Glover's okay, Rihanna's okay, nothing special. Whoever played Scar was not very good. He didn't have any of the charm or threatening nature as the original did. He was so boring and bland, which is probably the best sum up of this movie. It's boring and it's bland, which is kind of the same thing, but we'll get into that. What else? Key and Peele are both in this, which I find it funny because I did a recap of Toy Story 4, and they were both in it. And they're actually one of the better ones. Like, it's like they're funny. They got a good, like, in the same way, just the way Key and Peele are funny. I think they're funnier in the Toy Story movie. But like they're not bad in this one. In fact, I actually think the most of the hyenas are pretty good. I think they're one of the better parts of the movie. I think whoever played Shenzi, I thought was really good. Like I said, Key and Peele, they were funny. But like they didn't have a lot of the cackling, funny nature to them. They were more threatening, except for Key and Peele. But Shenzi, I actually thought was pretty cool because she had this really dark, whispery voice. Like I'm not gonna do the African accent. I'm not gonna do the accent because it'd be a bit. Don't want to be racist. Don't want to be racist. But yeah, they were good. Who else? Okay, so the three. So I'll get into the three best, and then I'll go into the one I really hated, and it might surprise you. The three best I thought were Timon and Pumbaa, Billy Eichner as Timon, and Seth Rogen as Pumbaa. I thought, like, they didn't. I wouldn't say they matched the character. Like, I thought Billy Eichner, he captured Timon's or Nathan Lane's voice as Timon pretty spot on. But to me, they didn't match the characters. Like, Pumbaa was kind of like a pacifist sort of thing. He was like a big guy, but he was misunderstood. Here he's just kind of it's goofy Seth Rogen that farts sometimes. And again, he got a few laughs. He honestly did get a few laughs from me. I thought, like, Seth Rogen's not a bad choice, but he's not the one I would pick. I don't know who I would pick, though. But Billy Eichner as Timon, I thought he did pretty good, but he didn't have, like, the pomp, I guess, and flair to Timon. Like what's the word? Like this. Nathan Lane was a perfect casting choice for Timon, and Billy Eichner, he tries to catch the voice, but he doesn't get the personality. In fact, I'm just gonna say, the original Lion King I thought is a phenomenal cast. Like James Earl Jones. Who played young Simba? I know he's. Is it on here? Dang, it's not on here. I'll put it somewhere on here, probably. It's Zachary Taylor Thomas. I'm gonna say Zachary Taylor Thomas. I'm probably wrong, but I don't know. Like I thought he was way better than young. Okay, I'm going back to the bad ones now. I'll get back to the good stuff. What little there is. But I thought, like, the young Simba in the original, I thought was way better. He had way much more emotions. Like, I mean, we didn't really like him that much, but I thought, like, he was a kid still. He had much more personality. But this one, whoever played him, like, I didn't think he was... I don't know. Just didn't capture a lot of personality with him. He was just kind of saying the lines, which, again, is another way to sum up this movie. They're just saying the lines. It's literally, there's like a few differences, and I can't really think of... There's like maybe two that are major. Aside from that, it's just like a couple line changes. Okay, back to the good ones. And the third one, so I thought Timon and Pumbaa with as Billy Eichner and Seth Rogen, like them as the characters, and the third one, John Oliver as Zazu, who I think was the best casting choice for that. He's not in the movie a lot. But, like, when he is, I thought, like, yeah, he's funny. He captures the personality of him. And he's, like, a reporter sort of thing, which I think fits with a John Oliver. They even make a tweeting joke, which I thought was fine. Like, Zazu made a lot of puns. I thought he was the best one out of all of them. I don't think that's saying much. But yeah, those three I liked. Was there anything else? Okay, the songs were sung nicely, even though it's just the originals. Like, it doesn't... They just sing the original songs just with different voices and maybe a different pitch. If I'm using that right. Sorry, my nose is a bit stuffy. Hold on. Oh, is this what you want to see? Is this good content? Oh, I'm gonna make so much money. I missed. Sorry about that. Okay. I think this was, if I'm not mistaken, this was the same guy who made the live-action Jungle Book, and actually, real quick, I'll get into the, like, what I thought of the other, like, I've seen three other live-action Disney movies, and I'll get into them in a sec, but I think this was the same guy who made the Jungle Book, and I can tell, because it's like it's all CG. I think just everything is CG. Whereas in the Jungle Book there was the one kid and then everything else was CG. Yeah, I think that's him. Okay, I'll get into what I thought of them. I saw Jungle Book, 101 Dalmatians, and Beauty and the Beast. All the live action ones. I have not seen the animated one of Jungle Book, and I don't really plan on it. But yeah, okay. Jungle Book I thought was okay. I didn't really think much of it, just a lot of characters just walking around doing stuff. Some stuff happened. I don't really remember much. But what I do remember was the four animals and the voice actors. You had Ben Kingsley, Idris Elba, Bill Murray, and Christopher Walken. Ow, Christopher Walken. Hey yo. And I thought that was like a really good casting choice. It's the opposite of what happens in this movie, but with the exception of the three, but don't want to go on a tangent. 101 Dalmatians, while it's older, I actually think is the best, because it like keeps the same, I don't want to say theme, because like the character of Roger is very, I think his name was Roger, is very different. But heck, I like that. I think that's what a remake should be. It should be similar but different in its own way, and it responded well to. It was basically a modern story told. Oh, excuse me. In a. It was it was the same story told but in a modern setting. What else do I have to, where was I? Oh, yeah. So I actually thought it worked, and I thought Glenn Close as Cruella was really funny. But, oh yeah, and then that. And then Beauty and the Beast sucked. Just, I already kind of said what I thought of it in my top, the 9 worst Disney, not just musicals in movies. And yeah, I don't think it's a good movie at all. It's all the same things you expect to see, but none of the effort. Which is kind of the same as this one. It's a shot-for-shot, line-for-line remake of the original, but with half the effort. So many of the scenes are just there, and they're rushed in. Like, oh, spoiler alert. No. But, like, the scene where, I forgot about this. The scene where Nala and Simba go into the elephant graveyard, it's just, like in the original, it's like, they come across it, and they're just like, whoa, oh, this place, something, ain't it? And for some reason in the original, they're doing the fighting thing, and then Simba just looks up and he's like, oh cool, we're in that elephant graveyard, let's go. Imminent death is on our way. Yeah, there's a lot of just rushed scenes, like Mufasa's death scene, like when Simba finds him dead. It's so rushed, it's just like, Dad, we gotta go home. Anybody, oh hi Scar. And, yeah, that happens. It just, so many of the scenes are rushed, and they skip out scenes, too. They skip out the, like, some important, like, just some good, one line they should have kept in was at the beginning when Zazu is with, Scar, and Zazu said, and, like, he has the mouse, and Zazu says, like, you shouldn't play with your, Scar, you shouldn't play with your food. and Scar, and that would have worked well because, and I watched Cinema Wins, not Cinema Sin, Cinema Wins. Shout out to them. A while ago, and they said this, and this made sense later on in the film when Scar sends the hyenas after Simba, because he's playing with his food in a sense. That's why he doesn't just kill him right then and there. But anyways, and there's just a bunch of scenes like that, and be prepared. Be prepared is okay. Be prepared and be prepared is the best villain, is the best song in that movie. Circle of Life is a second, and then everything else I just think is fine. I don't have strong opinions on it. But Be Prepared, it was the one song I was looking forward to. It's like a minute long, and it's so bad. It's just, when you think he's going, like as he's doing the build up with the song, you think he's like, we're gonna go into a big musical number, and all the lava or whatever that was in the original, they're gonna rise from the rocks. But no, it's just he sings it. Be prepared. Sorry, you had to see that. And then it's like, no, he doesn't even sing it. It's just like with Jeremy Irons and Jim Cummings. Trivia note: Jim Cummings did some of the singing voice for Scar, and Jeremy Irons did the rest. Where was I? But it's just like, be prepared for the murkiest scam, or be prepared for the murkiest scam. And then like it's over in like a minute. It's so, I hated that. Be Prepared, such a cool song. Okay, is there anything else I'm missing? I guess it was sung nice. I mean, like, I think I already said that. It was sung nice, but I don't really have much else to say about it. But yeah, I thought Timon and Pumbaa were probably the better half of the movie. Like, him and Zazu, and yeah, like, it's so bad. Essentially the comic relief is the best character in the movie. That's not a good sign. Oh, now I remember what I was going to say. James Earl Jones. Okay, James Earl Jones was the only voice actor that was brought back, for all the roles to do. What am I saying? James Earl Jones was the only one who was brought back from the original, and you can definitely tell the difference between 1994, I want to. Yeah, 1994, because Aladdin was 1992. I'm an obsession with that. Not the movie, the statistics. Yeah. I thought when he did it, like, he did good. He had this really good, like, voice, like, he was threatening, but he was also calm, loving, but also demanding. He was stern, but fair. I thought he did really good. And then, when he has that first scene with Scar, it's Scar, and they're just talking, and Scar's obviously getting on Mufasa's nerves. He just says, like, in the original, it's, "Don't turn your back on me, Scar." In this one, "Don't turn your back on me, Scar." And it's like that the whole thing. He's not putting a lot of effort into it, and I don't blame him because he's a lot older. Like, I'm not sure how old he is right now. I can probably look it up. Actually, you know what? We're gonna stop here. I'm just gonna look it up. James Earl Jones. Oh wow, he's old. He's 88. He's 88 years old. So I don't blame him in that regard. I guess for an 88-year-old, he did fine. But they should not have brought him back. There's a scene where You know the scene where near the end where Mufasa comes to Simba in the clouds? For some weird reason, we see we see a lightning bolt, and I think we see like the shape of Mufasa, but it's like very little. Couldn't just CG him into the clouds. I don't know. Oh, it's so weird and not good. So yeah, James Earl Jones. He's 6'2"? Oh, I'm 6'2". This is me. And what else? Yeah, James Earl Jones just obviously showing his age in this film. Again, I don't blame him. It was just not a good choice to bring him back for this. Like, he did okay when he was Darth Vader in Rogue One. Maybe I'll talk about that someday. Okay, so that was my biggest problem with James Earl Jones and the just the bit here. I'm just gonna fill this out. Yeah, I made it. And just the I don't know, the bad voice acting for the most part. The lack of emotion in a lot of it, didn't have any of the charm, with the exception of maybe Timon and Pumbaa and Zazu, and the hyenas, which were pretty good. But aside from that, there's nothing much to the film. If just rewatch this film again, I don't think this film's phenomenal. I think it's good on a technical level. I think it's amazing. But everything else I think is fine. But yeah, this film and this film, no question, this film wins, bar none. Just that's so much better, and Mulan looks good at least. But I don't know, the trailers. I don't know. Don't judge a trailer. Don't judge a movie by its trailer. You could be disappointed. But anyway, so yeah, this movie was. Technically, it was not as bad. Hold on. It was not. Technically, this film was not as bad as Beauty and the Beast, because I got mad when I watched that. Oh, it was so bad. Just none of the effort put into it, and yeah, and this one. I watched it and I felt nothing. I watched it with my mom and she felt the same way. Just, it was a nothing film. I watched it, I maybe laughed four times maybe. I didn't feel anything. I didn't cry during the sad scenes. I didn't feel emotion during the really big scenes. I sat there and I watched a film. Yeah, I watched a film. That's the best review I'm going to give this film. I watched it. It was a movie. So, I don't know. Maybe you'll like it, but I'm going to look at you. I'm going to think you're weird. You're not well if you think this is a good movie. Or at least if you think it's better than this. Because if you think it's better than this, get yourself checked. Check yourself now into a hospital. Alright, so yeah, so whenever I have a movie, so from now on, whenever I have a movie that I don't have too much to say about, I'll just do like a regular non-script, but like the other the weird reviews, I don't have the stupid reviews, I don't have a script either. So yeah, I hope whoever is watching this enjoys it, and like maybe you think you like my opinions. I actually watched Doug Walker, the Nostalgia Critics review of this, and I realized just how similar I sound to him. Maybe I can mooch off of some of his success. Let's do lunch, Doug. But these are my honest opinions of the film. I think it's just boring, bland, a few good things, and like the few different things they add, they don't really add much. The scenes are rushed. It's it's nice to look at, I guess. The hyenas are kind of cool. There's a couple good visuals, but I can't think of any off the top of my head. And I guess it's impressive because it's all CG and it does look good. Oh, one more thing. And I know Doug Walker said this too. Like the biggest problem with this film is that since it's not animated, we can't get any lively expressions. And this is gonna sound weird, but I think the animals look too real. Like, we're not allowed any expressions because every animal just looks like an animal. They look like a bored animal. Just that was even before I saw this, I knew that was going to be when I saw the trailer, I knew that would be a problem. Just these lions who just always look, yeah, and just they look like animals. So if you did that, that's cool. But aside from that, like I'd rather just watch the animated one. It's way better. The designs are better. It's like, I don't know, just it doesn't work as an animated film just because they look so bored and no emotion to it whatsoever. But okay, so that's my final opinion. It's a nice looking piece of garbage. I think, yeah, it's a nice looking piece of garbage. There's nothing much you're gonna get from it. Maybe you'll get a few gems in it. I don't know. Maybe gems aren't the word. Coins? Nickels? I don't know. Okay. And with that, I can't think of any more to say off the top of my head. Maybe I'll add something in post. But yeah, this is a different review style I'm going to try out for movies that I don't really have strong opinions on and just want to talk, but still want to talk about. So let me know what you think. Give me a like, subscribe. I'm going to keep whoring myself until this YouTube thing works. It's either this or I'm homeless. I'm cutting this off the top of my head. I like to say what I think. Don't blame me. Bye.